Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn, guys. It is the morning after the night before, however you put it. Manchester United drawing 2-2 with Lyon. Of course, I think it was a 2-0 game to Man United, but we all know why we didn't win the game yesterday, 2-0. And you know what? We did say, didn't we? I mean, I hate to be one of those people who like to brag. I don't brag. I'm not one of those guys. I don't need to brag. You know, I don't like bragging. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're right sometimes, we're wrong sometimes. But I made my point this week that, you know what? There is an unnecessary feeling that what Onana did, it was unnecessary, should I say. It was unnecessary. What he did was unnecessary. All he did was hype up Lyon. And people were talking about, we need this in football. It's too robotic. When you get into the business end of football, when you get into this time of the season, it doesn't matter about entertainment. It doesn't matter about who's robotic. All that matters is the 3 points or winning the game. That is all that matters. I don't care about anything else. I don't care if it's the most boring game I've ever seen as long as we win that game at the end of the day. But guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. My friends, thank you so much for joining me today. You absolute diamonds, you absolute diamonds. It is Friday. We're going to try and be as positive as we possibly can. One thing is that, you know what? Would you have accepted 2-2 before the game? You know, we might have been pushed to accept it, you know, especially when we went 1-0 down. It was like, oh my goodness me, here we go. You know, but, you know, maybe it's not as bad as we think. But it is obviously, it feels like a defeat. And the reason it feels like a defeat is because I don't mind if we get done by a brilliant piece of play or a great goal, brilliant goal. But when it is mistakes, it just makes you like, oh, goodness. It makes you lose all hope, you know, and it's so predictable as well because we knew it. We knew. Why are you putting pressure on yourself, Onana? They're going to target you now. The crowd are going to target you. Every time you got that ball, there were hisses and there were boos and things like that. It's ridiculous. There were some good players out there. Look, I'm not going to blame anyone yesterday, apart from the goalkeeper. I'm not going to blame anyone. I felt we played a 2-0 win yesterday. No one is to blame. Yeah, there were some bad decisions here and there. That's going to happen in the game. We're not where we want to be at the moment. But we won a 2-0 game. That was a 2-0 game to Man United. A great result away at Lyon. That's what it was. But Onana had other ideas. And for me, he's first out the door in the summer, guys. We need a new goalkeeper. We need a competent goalkeeper. As I've been talking about over the last few weeks, over the last few months, I've been talking about Verbruggen of Brighton and Hove Albion. He's going to AC Milan, apparently. You know, so we got to move. We got to move on and replace Onana and start rebuilding that spine of our team that is so dunce. I'm telling you, at the end of the day. Let's get into some of your comments, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Barca Days. What's going on? You guys was excellent. If it wasn't for Onana, we win the game. Absolutely, I agree. Yora Casper, Xerxes, and Max were brilliant again. Thank you, Boomer TV. Agree with that, my legend. Good morning, Tybo. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Good morning, Onana, you absolute clown. We won a 2-0 game there yesterday. That's what's so disappointing for me. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing, Sanj? Good to see you. Good morning, Sal. Good morning, DJ. DJ Budsy. What's going on, my friend? Long time no see. Long time no see. I am still pissed. Me too. Look, you know what? I don't mind. DJ Budsy. Look, I don't mind if it was 2-2, but it was a 35-yard screamer or a magnificent piece of play that the goalkeeper had no chance. I don't mind that. It's not ideal, but I mean, when you can see goals that we conceded, and you know that we won that game 2-1, the pressure is off. The pressure is off. We go to Old Trafford, we need a draw. You know what I mean? That's it. We need a draw. Now we got to win. There's no away goals, so we got to win the game. Again, pressure is on. Pressure is on. And you know what this team is like when it comes to pressure. And when you think about what happened against Real Sociedad went down to 10 men. You know what I mean? And that is why we basically managed to win the game in the end. And, you know, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Onana proved me right. I'm so mad. It proved a lot of people right, DJ. But I was attacked on Twitter because I criticized Onana. People were telling me, oh, you know what? It's so robotic. You can't expect Onana to just say, oh, Lyon are the better team. What I said, right? What I said is that you got to look at who is this inspiring? Who is this inspiring? Who is Onana inspiring here? Is he inspiring Man United, who were expected to win? We don't need inspiring against Lyon. Or is he inspiring Lyon? All he did was do the manager's team talk for him. That's all he did. He done the manager's team talk for him. All the manager needed to do was stick the quotes on a wall and say, look what Onana said about you guys. Now go out there and prove them wrong. That's all he needed to. That's all he's done. It's just so incompetent. It's counterproductive. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. Big up DJ Bluesky. He needs to go at the end of the season. I hope so. Tyberg. A message from Liam Neeson. I don't know who you are, but if you don't hit that like button, well, I'll find you. I find you. I got some skills. I got some. Was it? I got some skills, and I will hurt you. Was it? I got a secret set of skills. I got a secret set of skills, and I think it's something like that. Not very well articulated. Lyon was better than us, and if Onana, when we might win with 1-0. If it wasn't for Onana, we win 1-0. And we sort of stopped. Look, I would say, DJ Bluesky, Man United had the best chances in the game. There were a few chances there that we should have scored, a couple of one-on-ones, a couple of we didn't control it when it ball came to us in the box. And like there was a chance for Højlund, there was a chance for Garnacho as well. Greatly saved by the goalkeeper, but he should have connected to it better. Man United should have won the game. And possession doesn't mean anything. And if it wasn't for Onana, Man United win 1-0 or 2-0. Because it'd be 1-0, Lyon would have had to push up and Man United might pick them off. I think it would have been 1-0 or 2-0 to Man United. Absolutely. Amram coached the 2-0 win. Big up, Kenny. Yeah, I agree. Onana has had his last chance for me, man. I'm done. I'm done with Onana now. I'm done. And not only, look, guys, look, it's not just I'm picking on Onana here. Mistakes happen in life. You know what I mean? We're human beings. We make mistakes. That is life sometimes, right? But as a top-level club, right, we cannot keep accepting these mistakes because they are costing Man United. I heard that he's cost Man United 18 points this year, something like that, in the league alone. He cost us Champions League football last season. Now, you know what? We don't know what's going to happen, but if we lose the game next week, you know what I mean? Or we lose on penalties, guys. Let's say we lose on penalties, right? It's a draw after 120 minutes, and we lose on penalties. Who's to blame? It's Onana. No, Onana is the one to blame. But say, big up, my friend. We need a new goalkeeper. Absolutely. There's loads out there. I like Lemis Semens of Belgium. Of course, we're linked with him. A young goalkeeper will only cost about 21 million. Very good goalkeeper. Absolutely. Load of crap. I'm not saying that Garnacho was played well, fine, but at the end of the day, he wasn't the reason that Man United didn't win that game. So you bringing in Garnacho is just diverting from the real problem at this team, which is the goalkeeper. That's the goalkeeper's fault. Garnacho's a 20-year-old who's going to make mistakes. He might be good enough, he might be not in the future. But he was not the reason Man United didn't win that game yesterday. The reason was the goalkeeper. And we don't deal with agendas on this channel, right? You may not rate him, but he was not the problem. Dalot was not the problem. Højlund was not the problem. Ugarte was not the problem. It was Onana was the problem. Man United win that game yesterday. Man United get a brilliant win in Lyon yesterday if it wasn't for the goalkeeper. And if you fail to mention the goalkeeper and you just target one player, and I know you don't like him, Farn. I don't know whether, you know, he's better looking or something like that, Farn, but I don't know. No disrespect. But you know what? You have to just call the game subjectively. He didn't play great yesterday, Garnacho, but he was not the reason that Man United didn't win yesterday. Man United win that game. Contributed to Garnacho, contributed to Højlund. They win that game yesterday. regardless how well they played. They win that game yesterday. Leeson, if we played yesterday, we were much better than Lyon. So gutted Onana cost us 2 goals. Should have won this game easily. The tie should have been over, Leeson. The tie should have been over. It should have been game over. Kaput. It's over. The tie should have been over yesterday. 1-0, 2-0. I would have said if it was 1-0 with about 60 minutes, Lyon would have pushed up. Man United would have caught them on a break. And then we'd be looking at a different scenario right now. You know what I mean? Singing from a different hymn sheet, of course. No problem, DJ, but it's good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Imagine if we go out next week, it would be done and dusted yesterday. Look, Tyborg, you know what? I don't trust Man United at Old Trafford. This is the thing. I worry when we go to Old Trafford. Yes, we should beat Lyon. We should beat Lyon, but I don't trust Man United when we go to Old Trafford. You know what I mean? It could be a draw, Tyborg. You know, it could be a draw and Man United go all the way to penalties and lose on penalties. And then we're going to look at, if Onana didn't make those mistakes, if Onana didn't open his big mouth before the game, something, you never know. It is umbrella effect, of course, the umbrella effect, of course, but you never know. But we probably more likely would have won that game. And you're looking at it and you're thinking, if Bayern played yesterday, Man United win that game. Simple as that. The first goal, how slow he was to react. My goodness, it was like this in slow motion. Like this, how slow he was to react. It's just not I'm not saying that he's the worst goalkeeper in the world, but he's certainly not a Man United goalkeeper, definitely. Big up Shah. Onana out, says Shah. There you go, Shah. We were talking about this the other day, mate. You see, the thing is, you always do your talking on the pitch. Always do your talking on the pitch. Show your opposition respect, and that's all you need to do. This is the business end of the season. And as I've said many times, it's the business end of the season. And when the business end of the season comes along, we don't care about styles of play, flashy little brilliance. We don't care about that. All we care about is winning football matches. We don't care about beef, kiddie little beef, you know. All it is about winning the football match. And that's all we care about. Absolutely. Big up, Dazzy. I like him, but this is on him starting Onana ahead of Bayern. He must start every game until the end of the season. Look, look. At the end of the day, Amram picked his team, but he expects Onana to save those goals. He coached a 2-0 win yesterday. And Onana, in all fairness, hasn't been that bad recently. And you have to say that. He hasn't been that bad recently. But, you know, we can look at things in hindsight, and that's it, you know. But if he continues to play Onana, if he plays Onana next week, next Thursday, then you're going to have to call it a question. You're going to have to call the question. Why does he keep playing Onana? What's going on with Bayern there? I would start Bayern there every game now. As you said at Shah, I would start him every game now. Now, that's it with Onana for me. It's over for me with Onana. I'm done with Onana. I mean, I would start him every game. I thought you said Onana in the bin. Absolutely, Darren. Big up. Goodness me, Darren. Yeah, big up. Maguire blasting the ball away instead of leaving it for Onana. Some of that player have no confidence in him. Look, and that ball was just rolling to Onana's hands. He had no confidence in Onana. He looked at Onana and said, "No, F this, have it. In the stands, that's it. That's what he done. Have it." You know, he don't want anything to do with Onana, you know, at the end of the day, you know, and goodness me. We thought we've had it bad before, didn't we? We all remember the Sevilla versus Man United game, De Gea and Maguire and stuff like that. We all know that. Maguire's been there. Maguire was having flashbacks in his head. He goes, nah, not me, out, have it, into the stands. That's what he did at the end of the day. Big up. He is the worst goalkeeper in the world. I don't know about that, but, you know, Shah, he's definitely the worst goalkeeper who plays for a top side in Europe. He's probably the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League. I'm being honest, guys. I'm not being harsh. I think he probably is the worst goalkeeper at the moment in the Premier League. You know, he makes some great saves, but when you look at the saves as opposed to the mistakes, it's not worth it. Tyborg. For today, it's all Amram now. If he picks him again, it will be on him. I agree, Tyborg. We can't disagree with that. At the end of the day, I would start to drift in Cheeto as well. I will start playing Cheeto more. I will play Cheeto on Sunday against Newcastle. I will play Bayinda against Newcastle. And I will prepare those two players for next week, next Thursday. I would. And as we said yesterday, as I said before the game, Man United needed to play Mason Mount, Xerxes with Bruno, not Garnacho with Bruno. And the reason we said that is because it controls the game a little bit more. And we all saw when Xerxes came on and Mount came on, we started to control things a little bit more. We kept the ball a little bit more. You can't have road runners as number 10s. I mean, Amram should know that. You know what I mean? You can't have road runners as number 10s. Garnacho's a winger. He doesn't fit the system. He'd be great as a substitute, in my opinion. But I think we should play Xerxes, Mount, Bruno, Xerxes, like that. That's what we should do because we control the game a little more, at least to the end of the season, until we can get another player in there, of course. Big up, Tyberg, you legend. Baz, good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good. Onana costed us Europa like he cost us last year. I hope so. Ashar, please. I hope he doesn't. I'm looking at the Europa League. I looked at Athletic Bilbao yesterday. I weren't too impressed with Athletic Bilbao against Rangers. Played with 10 men the whole game. I weren't too impressed with Athletic Bilbao yesterday. I really wasn't. And to be honest with you guys, I think Man United got a very good chance of winning this tournament. The game should be over. Unfortunately, Onana had other ideas, of course. Big up, Shah. Baz, I loved it when Maguire cleared the ball directly of Onana. No one has faith in him. Look, guys, can you imagine having Onana behind you? He's a bozo. Like I said, he's a bozo. He's just not. People were like telling me last week, you should support your player. You should support your. I support the player. Doesn't mean I have to support everything he says and does. You know, I support him as a player. When he's on the football pitch, I support Onana. This is what people can't quite click, right? Whoever is on the football pitch, I support that player if they're playing for the badge of Manchester United. But when they're not playing for the badge, they got to have an element of respect about themselves. They got to conduct themselves in a way. We come from the Busby Babes, the Munich disaster, 1968. We come from that era. We don't need to hype up opposition teams with trash talk. We're not a trashy team. You know what I mean? We're Manchester United. We don't need to hype up things. That's for other people to do. We know our ability, and that is what we do. We don't need to hype up Lyon because that is all what Onana did yesterday. All we did yesterday and the day before was hype up Lyon. That's all. Put extra pressure on yourself. The crowd are all against you. The Cauldron and Lyon, they're all against you. It's counterproductive. Some people tell you that, oh, you know what? Oh, it's good. Football's too robotic. Football's like this. It should be like this. That's how it was before. It wasn't. Man United had never been that. You know what I mean? And people don't understand that. Man United had never been like that. And all that does, if it is influence the opposition team, calling them trash, basically. We're much better than them. And then you cost Man United points. We could have predicted this yesterday, and we were, but deep down we were hoping that nothing will happen and Onana will have a steady game. But many of us predicted he's put pressure on himself. He's going to make mistakes. He makes mistakes on a normal good day. He's going to make a mistake today. You know, and that's what happened, of course. And it was disappointing. I'm so disappointed because I look at that game and I see Man United winning that game comfortably. Absolutely. Tyborg. Garnacho had some mistakes yesterday, but we know who is to blame. Garnacho is 20 years old. Absolutely. There was time to improve him, but let's pretend he cost us anything yesterday. Tyborg, the whole team, exactly. The whole team played a 2-0 win for Man United. A 1-0 win, a 2-0 win for Man United. Great result for Man United. Away at Lyon. Not an easy place to go. PSG just won at Lyon. I think they won 2-1 or 3-2 as well. They just won at Lyon. We win 1-0 away at Lyon. Good result. Take them back to Old Trafford. We're not relaxed, but you know what? We don't need to win. We go through. You know what I mean? And it would have looked likely that Man United will pick them off because Lyon will have to come at us. Now, Lyon can look at the game at Old Trafford and think, right, if we keep it tight, if we keep it defensive, we could pick them off and counter-attack them and take our chance when it comes. We're not strong at Old Trafford. That's what I worry about. And Onana's just ruined it. He's ruined it. And in particular, the fact that he said all those quotes, as I said, people make mistakes in the football pitch. Not as many as Onana, but people make mistakes on the football pitch. But you know what? We have to look at his conduct before the game and ask ourselves, did he contribute towards that result yesterday? And you have to say yes in every single way. He contributed to that goal yesterday in every way possible. That result yesterday. We can see why Real Madrid wanted Euro. What a player, guys. I'm going to get into that very, very soon. What a player. Absolutely. Guys are too much. Garner gets too much hate. Not sure why people hate Garnacho. Onana was terrible, but Højlund offers nothing. He needs to loan out and regain confidence. I agree, Mac. Very good comment, my friend. The hatred for Garnacho is false. I'm not saying that Garnacho had a great game yesterday, but I'm talking about yesterday. Man United played out a win, and every single player won the game yesterday, apart from Onana. And that's what I say. We played a win yesterday at Lyon. We never won at Lyon. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, even when Man United with Tevez, Ronaldo, I was at that game. We never won the game. It was 1-1, 1-1. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're always going to be a tough team to play at their ground. And we played a win yesterday. And Onana ruined it. You know, if that was 2-0 to Man United, right, we'd be looking at it and saying, wow, what a performance. Man United they're starting to get their rhythm, innit? Yeah. You know what I mean? We'd be like that. You know what I mean? But ruined, of course. Onana makes Tybee. I mean, Tybee had one mistake, guys. Look, guys, Tybee had one mistake when it went through his legs, right, against Southampton that year. And he was moved on. He cost a lot of money and he was moved on. One measly mistake. Onana makes mistake every other game. And not only mistakes, but costly mistakes. Costly mistakes, of course. Matic is in seventh heaven this morning. Oh my goodness me. He's probably thinking, I feel good. I feel nice. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sugar and spice. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I feel nice. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Ah. He's loving it. He's thinking, you see, look what is with me. You see, I told you, you know, I know my stuff. I don't talk a bullshit. And basically, like, we don't, Tyberg. We don't talk bullshit because people on Twitter were thinking that I'm bullying Onana. And, you know, and when I said, look, he just unnecessary. He didn't need to say that. He's put pressure on himself. I sound like a broken record, but he put pressure on himself and he's done it to himself. You do it to yourself. You do. That's what really is Radiohead. Absolutely. He definitely has a radio as a head. Definitely, because at the end of the day, he's just a big bozo. That's it. If Onana play next game, it's on Amram, to be fair. I agree, Baz. He can't keep playing people who are making mistakes. You've got to be fair in football, and you've got to make changes when you make changes. Alex Ferguson would have dropped him. Absolutely. What did you think about Joe? I thought he kept him relatively quiet apart from the goal. I thought we did. I thought we did well, Mark. Unfortunately, you know what? Onana was bowling. He was bowling. He was passed. Here's to you. He saw Turkey and he saw like he was back at Beckton Bowling Centre and he thought, you know what, I'm going to bowl it straight out to you and let you have a tap in. You know what I mean? Anyone would have scored that goal. You know, it was just straight at Turkey. And this is the problem that Onana has. And he doesn't improve his game. What's going on with him at the end of the day? You will never see SV top club without a top goalkeeper and a top striker. Story. You never see a top club without a great goalkeeper, no. You might have goalkeepers that are not, you know, like world class, but you don't have goalkeepers that make the mistakes at the level that Onana is making. Onana is making astronomical mistakes. He's made more mistakes in his short time at Manchester United than David De Gea in 13 years. 13 years, and it's tight as well. It's crazy. And we were calling for David De Gea's name, of course. Onana can't keep playing anymore. Amram needs to make a tough decision and play him again. He did it with Casemiro and played him when he was ready. Ruben needs to do the same. I agree, DJ Buzzy. Absolutely. Sal, morning, brother. Morning, Gray. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Drop Onana for the rest of the season and sell the useless man. He is dreadful. Enough is enough. We won that game, Gray. As far as I'm concerned, we won that game yesterday 2-0. And Onana had other ideas, unfortunately. You know, and sadly, you know, it's going to be a tough game next week at Old Trafford. The way that Lyon celebrated that equaliser, they know they've basically saved their Europa League campaign yesterday. They know if they lost that game, they're not winning that game at Old Trafford. They know that Man United just need to keep it tight and pick them off when necessary. Now, it's all to play for. It's 0-0, basically. You know what I mean? It's 2-2. It's a draw. You know, so all Lyon needs to do is like, we keep it tight. We nick a goal, we win. There's no away goals anymore as well, you know. So all they're like is like, we keep it tight, we nick a goal, we win, or we take them to penalties, and the pressure will be on Man United. And we all know that Onana is not good at penalties. He proved that against Fulham. You know, we all know that. Bayern there needs to come in. Absolutely. Big up Revert 7. What's going on, my friend? Second was a good display. Second half was good. Yeah. Man United. Cherky went quiet, scored a tap in. Yeah, he went quiet, Shaw. He wasn't great yesterday, but he's still a young player. Again, a young player. And this is how we say it. We always keep it fair. He's a young player, and you know what? We can't put the pressure on him too much, of course. Revert 7, second half we were good. I agree, Revert 7. We should have won the game comfortably in the end. Definitely. Absolutely. Just woke up, still pissed because of that goalkeeper. Big up Original, bro. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Really good. I'm annoyed, mate. You know, as I said, I don't mind if it was a piece of brilliance. I don't mind if Lyon took on a few players and smashed it in the top corner and Onana had no chance. Great goal. I don't mind that. But it's mistakes. It's mistakes that irritate me. It's those mistakes that irritate me, to be honest with you guys. It really does. I'm tired of Man United making mistakes. Just reading a tweet there. We'll beat Lyon at home. I hope so. Revert saying we're not great at home. That's the problem at the moment. We're not like the old Man United where we just don't worry. We can lose 2-0 away to Olympiacos and win 3-0 at Old Trafford. Those days, remember? You know, we're just not as confident at Old Trafford as we were. I think we'll win. I don't think we're going to win at a counter. I really don't. I think Man United win 2-1, 1-0. I don't think we're going to win easily. I think we're going to make it hard for ourselves. The nerves will be jangling, of course, because it is obviously a very big game, you know. And imagine Rangers go and beat Athletic Bilbao. Imagine that happens. It's possible, guys. Imagine Rangers beat Athletic Bilbao. We've already beaten Rangers this season, and we end up playing Rangers in the semi-final. Mad. Morning, hope you're well, Sharp. Big up, Grayo. Big up, of course. Big up, everyone, of course, guys. We had it threw it all away. It was and decided to say we don't need. I wasted it. We had the game. We had the game, and he threw it away. Onana. He threw the game away. I don't think Linios, good morning, by the way, fan. I don't think Linios will back Amram in selling Onana because it's rumored during the international event Amram wants him gone and wants his own guy. I'll be honest, guys. We got a good young player on loan at the moment. We got a couple of players there that I would like to see back at Man United. Of course, we've got VTech as well. You know what I mean? I think we just need to bring in someone new. You know, and you know, even if we play a youth player, they're going to do a better job than Onana did yesterday, in my opinion. I really feel that way. Yeah, I really feel that way, in my opinion. Guys, let's get to the player ratings. Of course, I've got the man of the match poll going on at the moment, guys. I've got it on Twitter and I've got it on here on YouTube, guys. I've got it on YouTube as well. So let's get into this. The man of the matches and the player ratings. So the player ratings for me during this game as follows. Okay. So the game is like this. We got 2.5 for Onana, 2.5. 8.1 for Euro, 7.2 for Maguire, 8.1 for Mazraoui. Brilliant defensive display. Mistakes cost us. I don't blame the defense at all. Better from Dalot, on average 5.5, but it was better yesterday, in my opinion. 6.3 for Ugarte. Track back, did very well. Highly underrated yesterday. Very highly underrated, in my opinion. Done his work, done the dirty work, and kept tracking back and intercepting chances and stuff like that. Casemiro did very well. A couple of brilliant blocks in the game, 7.4. Dorgu, 6.8. Not his best game, but you know what? He did all right going back and forth. Of course, Garnacho gets a 5.9. Needed to finish a couple of those chances off, to be honest with you. A couple of passes he should have made, he didn't make. And to be honest with you, it's got to do better with his decision-making. But you know what? He wasn't why we didn't win yesterday again. 7.5 for Bruno Fernandes and a 4.7 for Højlund. Didn't do nothing, Højlund, during the game. But when I look at the overall picture, the overriding fact is that we won that game yesterday. Every single one of those players, apart from Onana, played a 2-0 win to Man United, in my opinion. It was a 2-0 win to Manchester United. In regards to the substitutes, guys, Xerxes, brilliant when he came on. He gave him an 8. Fantastic when he came on. Mason Mount, 6.4. Did decent when he came on. Mainu did decent, 6.8. And Lindelof, didn't really see him in the game. Came on very late, 5.8, guys, for him. In regards to Ruben Amorim, he coached a win. But he gets a 6.7 because he didn't win because of Onana. And that is all it is. He didn't win because of Onana, and that's what happened, guys. Sadly, it's the fact of the matter, guys. Let me know what you think about those ratings, guys. Thank you so much. Lyon were given great. I'm so mad. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Amram coached a win. I wonder how many times he's coached a win. I know. He just needs to make those changes now. He just needs to move those players out now and drift those players who are costing him points out the team completely. Absolutely. Kenny wasn't even great, but Onana made it scripted for Cherky. I know. I mean, you know, imagine what Matic must have felt, Kenny. Imagine what Matic must think. Imagine Matic watching that. He's thinking, I told you. I told you. That's what he's doing. He must be laughing. Whoa, what's going on, SLD? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Greatest keeper I've ever seen. Goodness me. I don't know what game you're watching, SLD. Flipping heck. My goodness me. I don't know if it needs a loan at some point in the summer. I don't know. I think he needs to be benched for a little while. Look, guys, look. We rant and rave about Ahmad, right? But he's never available. He weren't available last season. He's not available this season. Always injured. We rant and rave. The most important thing we look at with Garnacho is always bloody available. He's always available. And he's always there. But for now, what I would do, and big respect to Garnacho, put him on a bench, make him an impact player for a little while. Bring him on 60 minutes, 70 minutes, lots of pace. You know what can happen with pace. You need pace. Play Mason Mount, play Xerxes, Bruno, all these players, play these players, control the game a little bit more. You know what I mean? And that's it. And hopefully Garnacho will improve. He is 20 only, of course. Reva, Euro, very solid. And the culture, I've got the poll going on at the moment. So far, Euro has 85% of the votes for man of the match, guys. 85%. What a player, guys. What a player. Absolute brilliant player is Lenny Euro, guys. Absolutely superb player. On Twitter, the poll goes like this. I've got it on Twitter here. We've got Euro, 77.6%, man of the match. Bruno, second with 13.2%. Mazrui, a bit unfair, 7.9%. And others are 1.3%, guys. So absolutely brilliant from Euro yesterday. He's smashing the man of the match today, guys. He's smashing it. Absolutely killing it, guys. Absolutely. No, stop it. He's not all right. He's joking. I think SLD's having a bubble, mate. I think he's joking, man. I think so. He has to be. Oh, yeah. We still never won in Lyon, and we nearly did, but Onana, Pratt, absolutely sure. We don't win in Lyon. You know, it's a tough place to go. Partisan, of course. Fergus was Onana is a lucky man. Absolutely. He would have been gone a long time ago. Guys, he would have been gone a long time ago. Absolutely. Irfan, one thing is quite impressed about that teams is don't overrun us anymore like in the past where it looked like an Old Trafford burial ground. I agree, Irfan. I agree. It's a good point. Man United keep possession a lot better now. I'm still a little bit concerned about the amount of chances we give away, but I do think Man United are getting better, and I think Irfan's absolutely spot on. I think Man United are looking a little bit more in control in the game, and Man United controlled the game yesterday. Every player, to a man, in my opinion, did their part. Yeah, there were some decisions that were bad, but Man United played out a 2-0 win yesterday. And that was what happened. And every single one of those players contributed to that, except for Onana. And that's what it is. Did Onana even get off the bench? No, he didn't even need to get off the bench, Dean. He didn't need to get off. He didn't need to get up. Woke up mad. This goalkeeper needs to go, blood. Sir Alex was roosters with Jim Leighton mistakes in 1990 Cup final. I was at that Cup final, Darren. I was at that Cup final. Yeah, Crystal Palace. That's what you need to be. Goalkeeper. Guys, let me tell you something about Peter Schmeichel. All right? Peter Schmeichel made mistakes. But you can remember his mistakes to this day. Why? Because they were so few and far between. But Peter Schmeichel complemented those mistakes with match-winning performances. The only mistake I can remember Peter Schmeichel making was in an FA Cup tie. I think it was against Sunderland. And he sliced the ball with his kick. He went to clear it out as a volley. and he sliced it, and the ball went behind him, right? And I think it was Agnew or something that tapped it in. And we drew 2-2. Other than that, the only thing I could think about Schmeichel is that he was a bit prone to the chip. He didn't like people lobbing him and things like that. But other than that, he was flawless. Van der Sar, flawless. Flawless. If we had a Van der Sar or Schmeichel in this team right now, we're winning that game yesterday. If we had a half-competent keeper yesterday, we win that game. The first goal is what bugs me. Because the first goal is what killed us. The first goal is how slow he went down. You know what I mean? How slow he went down. Lyon won in the game at that point. They weren't really doing anything. Passing from side to side. Weren't really threatening us. Sure, before it was De Gea and now defensive Maguire. Now it says fearing Onana. This is even worse. He's made more mistakes than De Gea did in 13 years. In 2 years. Lindelof, I see a different player is in a system where he's showing something we thought he never had. He controls the back line so well, calmly passes risks and finds his player. He's leaving in the summer. I just think he comes on late. He has more energy. I don't think he's good enough for Man United. True, Jim Layton dropped in the FA Cup final on loan. Les Sealy. God rest his soul, Les Sealy, by the way. I met Les Sealy when he was playing for Leyton Orient for a brief spell. God rest Les Sealy, of course. Played in the FA Cup, played in the Coca-Cola Cup final back then against Aston Villa, and we lost 3-1. And then Alex Ferguson had enough of him as well, and he got rid of him after that as well. Alex Ferguson's big on cup finals, and if you make mistakes in big games, he was big on big games. If you made mistake in big games, Alex Ferguson would drop you. That is what it is. Absolutely, revert 7. Onana said he would leave if he has no longer wanted at the end of the season. Amram needs to make it clear that he has no future. If Saudi paying 30 million, that's enough for replacement. Onana, we need to sell him for 27 and above to comply with FFP and PSR. If we sell him for 27, we can buy Lamens for 21, right? So you know what? That's saving on PSR as well and FFP, and we can put the rest of that money towards another transfer. You know what I mean? Or we can bring back, get VTech back, and of course Calva as well. We can bring him back. Yeah, I mean, we should do something like that. We got a buyback clause on Calva, of course. Absolutely. Big up Sniper Man. What's going on, you legend? Absolutely. My support for Onana is at 0 now. He's a clown, mate. He's a clown, and he laughs about it. I hope Amram rests up important players against Newcastle United in the weekend. He should play the academy and Shaw and Lindelof. I agree. Absolutely, I agree with that. We need to do that, DJ Buzzy, now. Can't believe he was a Golden Glove contender in the Premier League. My goodness me, it's mad. Dorgu has had to tackle a player in the corner. All he had to do was tackle a player. Irfan, you haven't mentioned Onana once. Why are you bringing up Dorgu, the 20-year-old? You know? Why are you bringing up Dorgu? Dorgu had nothing to do with Man United yesterday, drawing that game. Onana had something to do with drawing that game. Dorgu had nothing to do with drawing that game. Neither did Dalot, neither did Garnacho, neither did Højlund, neither did anyone on that pitch. We played a 2-0 win, and you're bringing up Dorgu, and you haven't once mentioned Onana. You haven't once mentioned Onana. Some may think you got an agenda. Who will buy Onana now? I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Revert 7, big up. Absolutely. No, we could have won a 2-0 game, fan, but Onana fucked it up. Simple as that. He messed it up. Onana messed it up, guys.
Fuck off.
Absolutely. 2.5 for generous when you think about the damage. Yeah, I know. Tyborg, he could have cost United tens of millions considering he kicked us out of the Champions League last time and maybe out of the Europa League. This absolutely, Tyborg. Absolutely. Lindelof getting a 7. Irfan, mate. Irfan, please. Stick to rugby or something, bruv. I'll be honest with you, mate. Rugby, mate. Go to rugby. Go to cricket. Go to rugby. Whatever it is, in South Africa, they're very good at rugby. They're the best at rugby. They're the best at cricket. I just don't like your football opinion. Lindelof got 7. In what world did Lindelof get a 7, mate? It's an agenda. Any Gog is better than Nana, absolutely. Sal, don't you think Trezeguet is much aggressive for a first leg quarterfinal? Sal, don't you think Tagliafico is got much aggressive for first leg quarterfinal? He is aggressive, definitely. We won't score many goals. Hoyland as a striker, he doesn't like to knows where he is doing, but desperately need a striker. We probably will get one, hopefully. He gets a 1 out of 10, a -10. I thought you said 1 out of 10. Onana gets a 0 from me, 2.52 J's. I can't give a 0. He was on the pitch. Sal, I like your thumbnails. Do you do them yourself? Yes, Revert7, I do them myself. I have no one who works for me. I wish I did at times. I wish I did have some people working for me, Revert7, but I have no one working for me. I used to do music videos and stuff like that. Thank you for your compliment, by the way. Really appreciate that. It's very nice to get a compliment. Big up, Revert7. Thank you so much about that. I mean, sometimes I do. I mean, the games finish so late. The games finish so late. It's very hard to do thumbnails and stuff like that at 2 in the morning, at 1 in the morning, after the game, you know, and prepare for the game and do the quotes and stuff like that, of course. Next set is finished. It comes from my Cosmo. Big up, Cosmo. But listen, if you're not mentioning Onana, I can't take you seriously. I think Matic posted on Instagram story Onana rating. That's a lie, though, SLD. That was a lie. That was fake. Xerxes' goal was well placed by Vanilla after he showed the game. He picked up. Oh, come on, mate. No. Sal, did Matic in the titles win? It was a brilliant cross from Bruno, mate. Sal, did Matic win the titles with Chelsea under Mourinho? 3 titles, Sniper Man. 3. We are playing much better now. The players have adapted to the system, and I believe to some good signings, we will compete for the league next season. I think so, Leeson, and I like your positivity. I agree, mate. I really do agree. Yes, he did. Yep. Premier League 3, Sniper Man, 3. You see, me, Tyborg, Leeson, you know what? We're on the same page here, mate. We're on the same page. We know what's going on. We can see things in the game, you know, that others don't see, unfortunately. Good morning, Mark. Mark? I'm not Mark. Where did the rivalry start against Lyon? Poor man almost got injured 5 minutes on the pitch. We have a rivalry. We don't have a rivalry, but we had Champions League history. Played them a couple of times in the Champions League. Nothing serious, but it's a competitive game. We both want to go qualify for the Champions League. That's what we want to do. And it's going to be a competitive game, of course. Definitely. Don't call me Shirley. You reminded me of that for some reason. Absolutely. Tyborg. We have some real diamonds if you think about Euro, Heaven, Dorgan, Mainu, Garnacho. We're in a good place, Tyborg. We're in a good place, in my opinion. We're in a really good place. I think Man United are in a good place. We just need a few more good players. Absolutely. He won the league with Chelsea too. Absolutely. And didn't he win the Champions League? And he won the Player of the Season at Benfica. Do you need to buy Roger Fernandes, or do we need to buy Roger Fernandes on the right wing back or an academy good enough for? But I like to see Kamasan play. He was on the bench yesterday. I'd like to see what he can do, Matt. That would be great if we can get someone like that in and save some money. But I like Roger Fernandes. If not, Roger Fernandes will save us a lot of money. I would much rather get Frimpong, but Frimpong is going to cost 40 million. I don't know if we're going to get that. I'd rather get Frimpong than Liam Delap. Honest to God, I'll be honest. And I think Man United need a right wing back. They really do. Dalot was better yesterday, but still not at the level. And the first half, Mazraoui saved him a number of times. He was being skinned completely a couple of times. Story. Garnacho gets too much stick. I'm not surprised by Euro. Said it from day one. He's a different class to any of our defenders. Watched him a 60-year-old at Lille. Yeah, brilliant. What a buy. No wonder Real Madrid wanted him. No wonder Real Madrid. Garnacho does get too much stick. And when you give these young players too much stick, they don't improve. You know, they stagnate. You have to be balanced. You have to be fair with your opinion. And who cost Man United yesterday? Onana cost Man United the game yesterday. Onana, right? We won that game yesterday. I'm not going to blame anyone on that pitch. Yeah, there was some bad decision-making sometimes, but we won the game yesterday. Onana cost us the game. And if if people don't mention Onana, right, then they have an agenda, in my opinion. A new goal giver is added. I mean, I know. It's not like we're blessed with money, isn't it? Sal, did you see Prince William on the punditry? Yeah, he was good, Sniper Man. He was pretty good. I liked him. He was very good. I'm not reading her fans. SLD. Big up SLD. I don't like the genders and stuff. He hasn't mentioned Onana once, still to this minute. Onana blunders cost us Champions League last season, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Me too, because he was new. This season again, though, I gave up. I give up now. We've said I wanted to support him. I give up now. I'm tired of it. I'm like Lincoln Park. I give it all up. Absolutely. Sure. I thought Onana was Rodri at the back. even the goal against Man City scored against Man United in the FA Cup final. You remember that? He let it slip. Irfan, sticks and stones, Sal. No matter what, you mid-state troll me because your football knowledge is dead, Irfan. Listen, you can't take it. You're like a little baby sometimes. I can't nurture you. You want me to change your diaper? I can't nurture you, Irfan. I'm telling you how it is. If you haven't come on this stream and you're here mentioning Garnacho and you're here mentioning other players in that team, decision-making IQ, and haven't mentioned Onana, then I'm going to say you have a sinister opinion. Right? And if I say that you're better off watching cricket or rugby, you're better off watching cricket or rugby. I watched football all my life, studied the game, work in the game to this day. I'm not being arrogant. I don't care. I watch every single comment on this stream. I brush you off because I don't really agree with you that much. I think it's a waste of my time because you have an agenda. Right? You have an agenda. Right? You haven't said Onana, and we all know why. And you haven't said anything else. Do you know what I mean? You just said, IQ, this, that. Garnacho's this, that. You know, and it's an agenda. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking that agenda. And that is it. You cry about it, I don't care. This is Stretford Post, mate. Irfan. You know what I mean? Stretford Post. At the end of the day, I don't diss you. You know what I mean? If you diss me with your opinion, your intelligence is just not there, and you have to admit it. You have to admit it, mate. You went on Mark Goldbridge's channel today, right? And I know because I saw it, and you said Ugarte is shit. Ugarte was tracking back, intercepting, running more than any other player on that pitch. Was the reason Man United didn't lose that game. And you're going on like, he's shit because it's an agenda. Yeah, I know you don't like Ugarte. It comes off the mat. It comes off the lips. All right. And if you don't like it, sayonara, my friend. Right, Irfan. If you didn't think, Irfan, why did you write a big long ass comment, mate? You're not mature at all, mate. You're not mature at all. At the end of the day, you come out with crybaby comments, mate. You're not mature. If you're coming out with crybaby comments like the one you just ripped there. Sticks and stones, Sal, no matter what, you you troll me about my football knowledge. I'm South Africa and I call you out and like you're brushing me off. I'm trying to insult me. You claim innocence. Come on, man. Grow the F up, man. Goodness sake. Mason Mount was the last guy I thought he would start a fight. He would be careful. I mean, Mason Mount's quite tough, to be honest with you. I have to see it. Absolutely. Daniel, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Sal, I see a few shocks in the Champions League. Bodo will be lacked. Bodo beat Bodo. Like, guys, we can't underestimate Bodo. Bodo, Bozo, Onana, Bozo. We can't underestimate Bodo Glimt, guys. We can't. Sal, I saw in the comments many are calling Prince William a parasite. Why? Because I don't know, mate. I don't follow that stuff. At least Mason Mount didn't get injured from the tackle and the fighter shake. I mean, I saw it and I was like, what's going on there? 2 yellow cards, 2 games. Absolutely. In all seriousness, he's just too important for the system, but inevitably he will get injured. Body is broken. I agree. Daniel, 2-2 kiss is not that bad, is it? We can still win. What do you see? I see us going through it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why are people hating on Agate? I thought he wasn't bad. Tracking back, he was 6.5. I agree, Shah. I agree. Good morning, Sal. I said before, and I'll say it, continue. Irfan, if you carry on, you're getting blocked, mate. Good morning, Sal. I said it before, and I will continue saying Onana should be investigated for match fixing. Irfan, I've achieved more in one day than you've done in your whole life. All right, so shush about maturity. Glimt should have scored 7 or 8 goals. They should not be happy. Absolutely. Big up. Bodo Glimt sounds like a star. You're pushing it, Irfan. You really are. You're not going to come back, mate. One more. Go again like a star. Absolutely. Let me read some of these comments, guys. I've got to read through these comments from Mark Goldbridge. Irfan.
Fuck off.
Thank you. He's crying. Look, listen, I'm just bantering him. He don't even know I'm bantering him. And he's crying. And he's, you know, I'm mature. You're not mature, mate. Absolutely. Like, guys, let me read through some of these comments from Ruben Amram, of course. Ruben Amram said, guys, in the first half, we had some difficulties, especially at the beginning with the pressing. In the second half, we adapted and controlled the game. We are often close to their box. I think we did well, but we can do better. In regards to Ruben Amram, I agree. In the first half in particular, we did, of course. Absolutely. Let me just get this. Absolutely. It is the worst moment to concede a goal. This is from Lenny Euro. It's the worst moment to concede a goal. We defended really well, but we need to be ready for everything. I agree. Stupid, of course, to concede that goal. Ruben Amram spoke in regards to Rasmus Højlund. He did a lot of runs and pushed the team forward. In one-on-one moment, we were struggling to press the opponent. Yeah, we didn't press enough, in my opinion. We're improving, but we have to win. We have had a game in hand. The last action before the goal, we wanted to score the third. Sometimes you can keep the ball, but I like his energy from the team to want to score another goal. Yeah. It's killer instinct, isn't it? In regards to Amram, what he'll say to Onana, nothing would train. It can happen to any player. It happens to him more than anyone. The most important thing is to be natural. And when the time comes, choose the best 11. I have confidence in Andre. Absolutely. But good for you, mate. We don't. We are really disappointed. We should have taken the 1-goal advantage, but we have to next game at Old Trafford. What I would say about Ruben Amram is that he is the silent assassin. He will say one thing and then he will get rid of you at sixpence. Definitely. If you look at the season, I've made more mistakes than them during the last months. If you look at the season, I've made more mistakes. Made more mistakes than them during the last months. It can happen. The good thing is, have another game to change everything. He passes the blame too much, Ruben Amram. He passes the blame too much. It's important to think about the next game. When one game has a mistake, the whole team makes a mistake. Yeah, he's defending him here a lot. He defended him here. He said in regards to Lyon, he's really good. He's really confident. He's proven his physicality. We are seeing all the work that all the staff are doing with him. He feels at home in our club. He's a top player. Agreed. Brilliant signing. He is the worst moment to concede a goal, said Dana Euro. We defended really well, but we need to be ready for everything. I think I read that one. Big up. That is very true. Predictable. Ruben Amram on whether we change the goal. We will continue to do the same things. Training, seeing the game, trying to choose the best 11 to win the match. Bayern then needs to start. Amram, Bayern then needs to start. We can win at Old Trafford, 100% confident. We wanted to win. No time for celebration. Yeah, we don't celebrate. Absolutely. We need to give everything at Old Trafford. We're very lucky to have someone like Lenny Euro in the team, guys. Those are some of the quotes from the media, from Ruben Amram, of course. Guys, of course. Everton this summer, Onana, Mount were horrendous. He also brought in Agate and Delict, though, didn't he, Cosmo? So we can't really blame that. It was only him picking the transfers. If he had the likes of Ivel, Barada, Wilcox as his right-hand man, you know that things would have been different, you know, and he wouldn't have signed some of those players. He has. He weren't the problem. He weren't the reason that we spent 90 million on Rasmus. That was the board. He weren't the reason we spent 90 million on Anthony. That was the board. He doesn't decide how much we pay on players. Now, you could say that Ugarte is a good player. Euro's a good player, right? De Ligt is a good player. Mazraoui is a good player. So that's 4 right there off the cuff. So when you look at that, you could say that Alex Ferguson signed the likes of Jemba and Kleberson. You know what I mean? They make mistakes, you know what I mean? But you also have to bring in the good things as well. I feel bad for Howlers. I feel bad for his Howlers. Absolutely. You said you spotted the talented Dean Hudson. Who's the next Dean Hudson before the 50 million price tag? For me, who's the next Dean Hudson before the next 50 million price tag? Let me tell you. Bakune, AC Milan. Very, very good young player coming through the ranks, of course. Very, very good, in my opinion. Komoto is another one. You'll see them, mate. You'll see them. I've already mentioned, look at my show. I've done a scouting program a few weeks ago. Have a look at it. Amram is not Ten Hag. He praised a player. One day he kicked him out of character, and the next day Amram is not Ten Hag. He praised a player one day and he kicked him out the next one. Absolutely, Tybo, he does. He's a silent assassin. Diallo should be back by the end of the month, Daniel. Can't wait for it. Really looking forward to having him back. He's so important to the team. Good to see Kobe Mainoo back as well, Daniel. Good to see Kobe Mainoo back. Had some really good touches in the game. Thought he was good when he came on. Shah, do you think if Ten Hag didn't abandon his principle, do you think he would be in a better position? Just out of curiosity, I think he had too many injuries, my son, Shah. I think he had too many injuries. I think he had 60-odd injuries at one point, off-field issues up to his head. People forget the problems that he had with Maguire, with Rashford, with Ronaldo, with Greenwood, with Sancho. People forget that about Ten Hag. They just think that he just won an FA Cup and that's it. The amount of problems he had, he deserved a bloody statue for winning that FA Cup against Man City. You know what I mean? The amount of problems he had. Rasmus absolutely shocking. He wouldn't hold up your hands to a barn door. Springs to mind. The under 18s keeps getting better and better. You know, there's Musa, of course, guys. Philip. There's Musa. Big up Philip Cosgrave, of course. There's also Musa. There's also Chido coming through. So you know what? We got these players there. Maybe we should give them a chance, right? Maybe we should give them a chance, in my opinion. Mainoo has through some huge challenges. I hardly recognized him yesterday. He was brilliant yesterday when he came on Tyborg. Honestly, Tyborg, he was brilliant. And you know what? One thing I would say is that he's a quality player. He needed this little bit off. I think he needed that time off, if I'm being honest. He needed a little bit of time off. And I think it's done him really good, in my opinion. Anthony is good. He's right. I say 60 million now. Yeah, around 60 million, Daniel. Ten Hag didn't make many bad. So, I mean, Rasmus Højlund is questionable. But the price we paid for Rasmus Højlund, the price we paid for Anthony, and let's be honest, Rasmus Højlund was decent in his first and second season. He was top scorer in the Champions League at a point. It's just that he hasn't progressed the way we thought he would. And you look at Mazraoui, you look at Ugarte, you look at De Ligt, you look at Euro, you know. You look at these players, and we were after Euro. We were after Dorgu in the summer as well. That's probably Ten Hag as well. You know what I mean? And you know what? The only mistakes he's made is, in my opinion, obviously, is Rasmus, Onana, right, and Anthony. In my opinion, that's it. And you can say whatever you want. It's not always going to work out for the best, and that is why we got this team of people now who pick the transfers, not just one player, of course. Shah. Ten Hag did make records with his players, but they move on, and I see progress in his players adapting the room system. GK, absolutely, Shah, I agree. We got to move on from Ten Hag. Ten Hag's are wishing the best of luck. Rumor is he's going to Roma as the manager. The rumor is he's going to Roma, and to be honest with you, it's a good move for him, and I wish him the best of luck. I really do, honestly. Mainoo did well to help set up the goal. His brave header to get the ball to Bruno. Absolutely. Malacia, Amrabat was decent. I always said that Amrabat should have been kept. Malacia was 10 million, so it's not really bad, is it? 10 million. You can't lose. I mean, at the end of the day, it's 10 million. Amrabat had a good season. I felt it was harsh that we didn't keep Amrabat. Could have done with Amrabat this season, to be fair. I think it was a good loan. And even Sabitzer was a good loan as well, when you think about that. You know, he made a few good signings there. He didn't get everything right, but as I said, he didn't have Vivell, he didn't have Brailsford, he didn't have Wilcox, he didn't have those guys in behind the scenes. It was just him picking the chances, and you know as well as we do that things don't always work out, innit? You know, and you know, law of averages, you're going to get some wrong. Absolutely. Philip, Ruben knows that what he wants to do, and he will be brilliant. He will be brilliant, guys. Keep faith. Of course, Philip, we've got faith in Ruben Amram. Of course, we've got big faith in Ruben Amram. Absolutely. If I see some players, people still say Ruben's formation is the problem. Idiots, mate. Shah, they're idiots. Anyone who says that just doesn't have an understanding of football, if I'm being honest, honestly. And that's no offense, you know. We sold Amrabat when we got getting better, and that's why I think he was strange. We let him go. So we paid too much for Ugarte. He's a good player though. He's 23 years old. He's going to be a world beater, mate. Story. Watch Ugarte go on leaps and bounds. Watch Ugarte in Amram. We trust. Absolutely, big up. We needed a CDM, and Ugarte is one of the best in my opinion. He's going to be, and people underestimate and brush under the radar, under the carpet, how well he did yesterday. The tracking back, the interceptions, you know, he just watched the game, analyzed the game. He was brilliant yesterday. And, you know, people, give me a score for second leg. 2-1 United, Daniel. 2-1 to Man United. The poll is for the man of the match. It is way far. It is Euro on 78%. Euro's got the vote as your man of the match, guys. He's got the vote as your man of the match. Can't argue with that. Really can't argue with that. We never won against Lyon on the French soil, and yesterday we were so close. Thanks to Onana Gladiator, we would have won that game pretty comfortably, I think. I can't predict the scores for the second leg because of Onana. I mean, Bayindir needs to play, doesn't he? I would say that. I mean, I think it's very unfair about what's going on with Bayindir. I think he played against Arsenal, and then after the Arsenal game, he didn't perform. No, he didn't get chosen. He had a man of the match display against Arsenal, won us the game against Arsenal, saved the penalty, won the penalty shootout, and we didn't pick him again after that. And I think that is a little bit unfair. I do believe that. I don't think everything Amram does is perfect. What I would say is that when players are not performing, he needs to make the change. He needs to be brave, and he needs to make that change, in my opinion. Irfan, the referee was an idiot as well. Lyon got away with decent penalty shout when Garnacho was brought down and tackles. The referee was on their side, Irfan. I would agree with that. The referee was on their side. Lisa, Amman is a smiling assassin, as I said. Shah, you love quoting me, don't you? Yeah, I said it in the summer. The silent assassin, guys, at the beginning of his tenure. Absolutely. Then I see all these other channels saying the silent assassin, the smiling assassin. I said the smiling assassin. I see all these other people saying it now. Absolutely, like calling Lee Gunner, Lee Cotton, and things like that. You know what I mean? You can either buy it or you can't. You're talented. Also, no, I'm joking. Not big of myself. Also, the wrestling on Hoyland should have been checked. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I agree. We need a big striker. Story. Fan. Definitely need a striker. And I mean, who do you want? Who do you want? You know, who can we get? I mean, David, he's not proven in the Premier League, but he's a free transfer. Can we get David? You know, the Gladiator. Dare was born in 2 seasons. There's a place that is no better. Who is available to replace this one? We shouldn't have got rid of Kovar for me, Gladiator. Vitek, Kovar, they should still be playing for Man United to this day, in my opinion. We shouldn't have got rid of them, Gladiator. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I love how Amram observed his training session for absolutely a fan. You know, Osman, Shah, yeah. Yeah. In regards to De Gea, it was nowhere near as bad as Onana. I would say that. Nowhere near as bad. De Gea made as many mistakes in 13 years as Onana has made in 2. Onana's made the same mistakes as De Gea in 2 years that De Gea made in 13. It's unacceptable. And the thing is that it's costing us as well. It's costing us points. You know, it's costing us Champions Leagues. It's costing us Europa Leagues. We could have went into that game next week, Kushti. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We could have. But Vitek is on loan, right? Maybe next season we can start. I hope so, Gladiator King. It would save money, wouldn't it? It would save money. I would do that. If not, bring in another goalkeeper. But it would save money if we can bring in, if he can bring back Vitek. I think he is on loan. Let me double check. I think he is on loan, guys. Let me double check for you. Yeah, he's Man United. He still plays at Man United. Yeah, he's on loan. I play him, mate. He looks a good player, doesn't he? I'll play him, mate. Absolutely play him. I would definitely play him. Comparing De Gea to Onana is like comparing a Fiat to a BMW. Oi, Fiat. I love my Fiat. Fiat Punto. Sketch is for free. Suits Glinios model. I like Vitek. Why don't we just keep Vitek? He's very good. He's good. Mr. Blobby to a player. He would dive all over the place, Darren. He'd be diving all over the place. We'll have no Edmonds instead of bloody Onana. You know what I mean? Deal or no deal? Deal or no deal? Imagine having Onana as your CEO. Imagine having no Edmonds as your CEO. Imagine having no Edmonds as your CEO. Deal or no deal? Brucey bonus. Look at David De Gea's stats now and say, mad. It's mad. I know, we shouldn't have got rid of him. We should have, maybe, look, I'm not saying that exclusively we shouldn't have got rid of him, but we needed to replace him with someone competent. That's the thing, or better. Is he on potential goalkeeper and is free, no wages? We got Vitek. Why don't we just go for him rather than pay an extra wage? We need a striker with good movements that can sniff a goal and ball control. You need it when you dominate matches. Who? It's money matter. We need Man United are missing, desperately missing a Berbatov, a Bergkamp, a Rooney, a type player like that. Absolutely, absolutely. Kenny, De Gea made 17 errors leading to the goals in 12 years, and Arda made 2 years alone. 20 errors. This guy ain't even a keeper, man. He's a clown, mate. He's got more of a clown than being a keeper. The problem with Osimhen is Napoli was very greedy to get the biggest bucks for him, and they failed till now. They have messed up big time. Big up, Pearl. What's going on? I hope you're doing well. I agree. I'd rather have KG in goal than Onana. Big up KG, by the way. Big up KG. Like, KG, what I would say about KG, guys, he's very balanced in his opinion. I like him because he's balanced in his opinion. You know, he ain't sensational, you know, of his opinion. And he was just like me. When Onana made those comments, he said exactly the same as me. You know what I mean? Irfan, did you see how Højlund missed a queued sitter? I'm done with him and Onana. I mean, look, we need a new striker, Irfan. That's it. You know what I mean? If we had Osimhen, if we had Gutierrez, we'll be singing from a different hymn sheet today. But let's not forget, we didn't win that. We did not win that game because of Højlund, because of Garnacho, because we didn't win that game because of Onana. I don't blame any of those players. Every one of them made mistakes. I don't blame anyone. I blame Onana. We win that game 1 or 2-0 if it wasn't for Onana. That's enough away to Lyon. We've never beaten Lyon. That's enough. Do you think should keep Casemiro for one more season as a backup? He's doing good. I don't know, Lisa. It's a good point. I'm not sure. It depends who we sign. Euro Kobe back. Absolutely brilliant news. Of course, Daniel. Absolutely brilliant. We got, at the right time as well. People think Osimhen has a bad attitude, but Napoli racially abused him on social media. So what was Osimhen's attitude? Bollocks. He fell out with an executive at Napoli. He fell out with one. I'm very close to Napoli, Shah, by the way. I know a lot about Napoli. I'm married to a Neapolitan. I visit Napoli 5-6 times, been to many games, know a few people at the club. And I would say that he fell out with a load of people. He's very opinionated. I don't know about the racial abuse. I've never heard about that myself. I've been to a lot of Napoli games. I've never heard that. But I would say that he fell out with a few people. But that's not to say that he won't fit in at Man United. Because everyone's journey is different. Cantona's journey was different. Cantona came to Man United having had problems at Marseille and other clubs, at Sheffield Wednesday, at Leeds. He came to Man United and he became a superstar. Sometimes you just find your home. And Osman, Manchester is your home. Come to Man United. Serie A La Liga can't be taken seriously. Anthony is playing on game of his life there, and Højlund also showed promise in a struggling in Prem or the United thing. I think it's a little bit of both, Gladiator. I do agree with you, Gladiator, that Serie A La Liga can't be taken seriously in the defensive capacity. I don't think they're that good on the defensive capacity. But you're absolutely right. It is a United thing as well, Gladiator. I agree with that. Absolutely. Tyborg. I would actually agree with keeping Casemiro for one more season, Leeson. He's slow, but still got, well, there you go. As a bench option, wouldn't that? I mean, it depends, obviously, who we sign, isn't it, Tyborg? If we get an Ederson, I mean, big shout, of course, it's a big thing, but if we get an Ederson, absolutely. Then see. If I speak about him, I would go on and break it down and cry. That's why I don't want to speak about him. I believe that, fan, but thousands wouldn't. I believe that, but thousands wouldn't, guys.
Fuck off.
Oh, you guys, man. Imagine this with a club of your life and one player is making you look stupid, Charlotte. Big up, Sal. Big up, Barman. What's going on? Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Last night, game result hurts. Me too. On top of that, Glazers at the stadium with a private jet. 2000, and I know, mate. I saw that, Barman. Good point. I saw that and it disgusted me. It disgusted me. I saw that and it disgusted me, mate. Do you know what I felt like saying to Jim Ratcliffe and Avram Glazer yesterday?
Fuck off.
That's what I felt like saying. That's what I felt like saying to them when I saw them in the stadium yesterday. I felt like saying that to them. Jim Ratcliffe sitting there, Avram Glazer sitting there. Why don't anyone? Where's 1958? Didn't they see that? Go for him, attack him. Now, I'm not condoning violence, guys, but you know what I mean. Anthony performing well in La Liga is no doubt of physicality in the league. I agree, Shah. It's context, isn't it, Shah? Absolutely, it's context. Sal, Newcastle played by in there, drop a few more other mans. I agree, Daniel. I would say Bayindir needs to play. I would bring in Chido, play first team. Might as well start playing him. I would play Camerson, the youngster. Try and play some of the young players. You know, I mean, you never know what you're going to get, isn't it? You never know. It is, Kenny. Indeed, it is. Leave Onana in France and save it in the return ticket. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't like bullying people. I'm not a bully, guys. Subject to popular belief. I'm not a bully. I'm a nice guy. I don't like bullying people, and I don't like singling people out. I like Onana as a personality. I think he has a great personality. I would love to go out on a night out with Onana. He sounds like a right laugh, right? But as a goalkeeper, he's just not that guy. And he has to be moved on, unfortunately, you know, and it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Sadly, we have to find a new goalkeeper, whether we bring back Vitek. I will bring back Vitek and I'll play Vitek. That's what I'll do. I think he's performing very well. 18 appearances this season. You know what I mean? He's doing all right. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. Let's see what we can do. You know what I mean? Let's go preseason, do preseason, and play Vitek in the preseason. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We can't be keeping players because they've got a personality and they're bubbly and things like that. We can't be doing that. Do you know what I mean anymore? We're way past that, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're way past that. But let's see what happens in the summer. It's going to be a very interesting summer, guys. Absolutely. And we have to wait and see what happens. It is going to be an interesting one indeed. An interesting summer indeed, guys. Really is. And another goalkeeper coming. Tyborg, we're not a charity sale. He could be a nice guy, but he's a dreadful goalie. And in the end, that is exactly what it is, Tyborg. Many nice people have left this football club. Steve Bruce was a nice guy. Steve Bruce was a winner. Steve Bruce was a winner. And he got shipped out of the football club. There are many good, great, nice people that have been shipped out of this football club. You know what I mean? And it's just the way it is. You know, there's no niceties in success, in winning. You can't be nice. Sheringham and Cole hated each other, famously. And they played in a treble winning season. It just, you know, you have to, you know, we have to be ruthless. We have to be basically, someone once told me once, in life, at times you have to be an arsehole. Sometimes. And you can't get anywhere being nice, someone told me. Because I was always raised, I was a very nice little polite guy, right? From East London. And I was always nice, polite. Even if someone pushed in front of me in a queue, I wouldn't say anything, And then there become a time, right, when you get fed up with it, right? And it ruins you. And it's the same with football. It will ruin you if you keep people who are nice. Just because they're nice. They're a nice guy. You know what I mean? We can't be that. As you said, Tybo, we're not a charity. It's like McTominay, nice lad, but not too good player. Absolutely. No regrets. Absolutely. Nice lad. And suits the Ashar and suits the Italian League. Suits Serie A properly. Suits Serie A. I try not to, Darren. I'll try my best, bruv. Big up Irfan. Get David back. Get VTech. Talking about McTominay, you see, Irfan, I got thick skin. You see? He just called me a grumpy old man. God. I love Darren. Darren kills me, mate. Darren is always dissing me to the ground, mate. You know what I mean? If you see some of the things that Darren has said about me, you wouldn't believe. You know what I mean? And I don't mind it. I'm not going to write a tweet about Darren. You know what I mean? And keep it on there for 2 weeks. Like, I'm going to keep it on there for 2 weeks. Oh, you know what? There was this guy on Twitter, on my stream today, yeah? He called me an old man. Tyberg, talking about McTominay, I thought he would have kept him. We had bigger problems than McTominay. Not well class, of course. That was down to Ineos, though, wasn't it, Tyberg? But never good enough for Man United, but better than, could have been of use this season. But he does suit Serie A more, in my opinion. Big up. You see the final versus United versus Frankfurt. You still see the final? Yes, Daniel. I still see the final between Man United and Eintracht Frankfurt. Absolutely. I see it. I think they're going to knock out Tottenham and Man United are going to get to the final. I hope so. Me, for South final, maybe Bodo. Oh, mate, Daniel, can you imagine we lead to Bodo Glimt? Bo D score against Bozo. Bo D versus Bozo. Bozo's Onana. We had to sell to get Agate, and Ten Hag did not want him to go. And Agate's better as a defensive. We needed a defensive midfielder, and it was better than to get Agate as a defensive midfielder because McTominay, as he said in a recent interview, is not a defensive midfielder. He is an attacker. Absolutely. I'd rather Bodo Glimt in a final. I don't think Frankfurt will go without Mamouche. They are not the same as they was. But Tyborg, it's a good result against Tottenham. We've lost 3 times against Tottenham this season, Tyborg, And you never know. With the fans on your side, you got Ikatike up front. You're going to be good, mate. You're going to be good. Wait, what was the scores? Spurs versus Frankfurt. 1-1. 1-1, Charlem. Still can't stop thinking about Tel scoring the last minute versus us in the final. I mean, we mentioned that ages ago, didn't we? Hopefully it won't happen. Hopefully they won't get to the final. Absolutely. Fan. I know that we are going to trash Lyon. I'm not worried about anything else. I'm waiting to see Trincao walking through that door. I know you love Trincao. You pick a player, fan, and you focus on... You know what? I have a picture memory, fan. Do you know that? I have a very good memory. And you pick a player and you stick with that player. Bang. Trincao or nothing. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think you are, what's his name? Can't remember his name, to be honest. You remind me of someone. Tyber, good result, Sal, but Tottenham was all over them in the second half. Hope the ground is a big advantage for Frankfurt. We'll see. Tottenham will crumble, Tybo. They're going to crumble under the atmosphere. You're at that game, isn't it, Tybo? So you know what? Make as much noise, man. Get them out of that bloody Europa League. You never know what's going to happen, of course, guys. Absolutely. Calm? I will be shaking for Onana mistake if he plays. Absolutely. He had so much anxiety. I think he means calm. It's him. I'm calm, bruv. I'm calm, bruv. I'm calm. That's what he means. I'm not sure. I think he means that Earthfan or not. You know what I mean? Earthfan sets me up for an open goal every game. Every stream, he sets me up and I just need to tap it in. There you go. I just tap it in, guys. 1, 2, 3. WWE. Absolutely. Hulk Hogan. Leg drop. 1, 2, 3. That's what it is at the end of the day. WrestleMania is coming soon, guys. Do you think I should do a watch along for WrestleMania? Guys, I'm thinking about it, you know. I'm thinking about doing a watch along for WrestleMania. I don't want John Cena to win. I know I'm changing the subject. You are my hero too, fan. I know I take the piss out of you, but I'm only joking, mate. Don't take it seriously. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. If you met me in person, you know my personality. You know I'm worse in person, actually. I'm never calm watching this team. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous next week, guys, but I think Man United will win. To be fair, I'm not interested in wrestling anymore. Used to love it back in the day. I like watching it sometimes. It's a little bit of fun. I got involved in WWE back in 2011. I was involved in the incident with R-Truth and the cigarette. We gave him the cigarette and he smoked. It was us. And yeah, almost got WWE sued because you can't have cigarettes indoors in England. And they didn't know that. So it was on TV, live on TV, and I was on the WWE. Great people, met great people in the WWE, and yeah, I love them. Yeah, and you know what? It's good love. It's a good love. I would advise anyone, whenever WWE comes to your country, try and get front row seats. It's madness. Glimpse are much better now. We had them at Old Trafford. They were tired and poor in form in that final. I would say, fancy us. We miss McTominay. Story. We'll have to wait and see. They're not anyone to be pushed over, you know. They're doing very well. It's going to be a huge game this second, like, already nervous. Absolutely, Tyborg. I wish it wasn't. It wouldn't be this nervous if it wasn't for Onana, innit? Sal, will you be doing Arsenal love show watch along? What's an Arsenal love show? I don't know what an Arsenal love show is. I hate Arsenal. You know what I mean? If Arsenal were on a life support machine and my phone was on one battery, I would take out the life support machine to charge my phone. That is what I think about Arsenal. I have no love for Arsenal. Absolutely none. I don't know if you're I don't know how anyone could be a Man United fan and you know what? Love Arsenal. It just can't be. Tribal Chief. I met him. Nice guy. Met him when he was in obviously in his group back in the day, 2011, of course. Very good guy, yeah. Met them all. Yeah, I used to go a lot. Arsenal have starting dating show for Arsenal fans. Oh, I've seen the Thai one. I don't need to go on a love show. I'm married to an Italian princess, Cessaldi. I'm married, mate. You know what I mean? I like, you know what? Maybe Saeed and Rance need to go on there. Maybe they can find a rude gyal for them. They might want a rude gyal. They might find their, you know, if it suits them, you know what I mean? Get their fucking there. A woman who answers back. A woman that... I think what we should do, we should find Rance, Saeed, a wife. I think we should. I think they need one. You know what I mean? You know, one of them ones with the chewing gum. Hey, honey. One of them ones. You know, that's what they need. Yeah, I think Saeed needs to get laid. I really do. Because I'm beginning to think you need a forklift to see his bloody ding dong at the moment. I'm not. Guys, I should clock off when I have a chance. You know that. You hear it first here. Arsenal will go out. If Madrid scores in the first 15 minutes, they'll shit their pants. Absolutely. Absolutely. There will be lots and lots of nerves. Lots and lots of nerves. And it's the reason we are winning Lyon at home, no matter what. A certain keeper will do the barest us. Let's hope so, Irfan. Much love to you, brother. I should learn to keep my mouth shut. I can't help myself, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Absolutely. But I'm telling Saeed, listen, guys, that guy needs to get, look at the rings under his eyes, guys. I know I used to be called Panda because I used to have wings under my eyes. But this guy is taking it to a whole new level, guys. Look, he needs to get married, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or do what Faz did, get an arranged marriage. Do that. Absolutely. They have their wives already, their right hand. Tyborg. I don't want to touch his keyboard. Can you imagine how sticky that keyboard is? Rants, for goodness sake. My goodness me. I mean, I don't think he is either. Obviously, DT was known for what he was known for. DT's told me 3 times in a row on Twitter that come back to me at the end of the season. You see that Arsenal will be the champions. 3 times in a row. And I've always come back at the end of the season. I've tweeted him and he hasn't responded. Oh, by the way, I always screenshot the tweet as well. Absolutely. Guys, I'm way over a shot in it. What is this chat turned to sharp? You know what? We're gone into happy hour. We're gone into happy hour. So it is Friday, and I'll bid you a very, very happy Friday, guys. I'm a joker. I laugh a lot. I like to laugh. I like to giggle. I like to joke around. And you know what I do? I push the limits sometimes because, you know what? I don't like sugarcoating things, especially if it's a turd. I don't like sugarcoating turds. So what I do is that I don't sugarcoat turds. I call turds for what they are. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Absolutely. So, yeah. Guys, ask me anything. That's what I'm about. I will always tell the truth. Let me tell you a story. All right? Let me tell you a story, guys. Before I leave, I want to tell you this story. And I want you to understand this, right? Before Erik ten Hag left Man United, let me bring it way, way back. Let me bring it way, way back, guys. I had Saeed on my channel. It's in the intro video. I had Saeed on my channel. Everything was cool between us. I supported him, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. I supported his work and stuff, and now we were cool, right? I got him on the channel. He left my channel. He started gossiping about me, right? He started gossiping about me, saying that I'm a weirdo and things like that. Me, a weirdo, mate. Whatever. Anyway, don't care. And I thought, okay, F him. And people told me on my stream, right? I thought, F him, allow him. That's fine. No worries. So I left it, and I still supported him every now and then. I didn't really take any notice of it. And then after that, when Erik ten Hag, someone wrote a letter to keep Erik ten Hag. Someone wrote a letter to keep Erik ten Hag. I retweeted the letter because I don't believe in sacking the manager. So I just retweeted it because it's a friend. I retweeted the letter. I did not compose the letter, right? Then Saeed went around saying that I made a love letter about Ten Hag. All right? That's what happened, right? And then he spread it to all the big platforms out there saying that I made this love letter to Ten Hag and stuff like that. And all the little rats jumped on it and started that. So I approached Saeed in the DMs of Twitter, and I said, Saeed, if you got a problem with me, you know, speak up. No, bruv. No problem with you, bruv. There's no problem with you, bruv. No, it's nothing to do with that, bruv. It's something else, bruv. It's something else. Now, I'm not some rude boy, bad man. I don't come across like that. I'm a respectable gentleman. I'm a married man. I have a family. I don't deal with that crap. But you know what? I don't deal with cowardice people. And for me, they're cowards. The whole crew of theirs, cowards. They're all cowards, mate. You know what I mean? And those who don't know, I went to the United Stand football trials. The United Stand football trials a few years ago, long time ago now. I met Rance, I met Flex. Flex was all right. Little bit rude in person, but it was all right. Bit of a cunt, but he's all right. Right? Rance is arrogant. And that was it. You know, ignored me completely. Thank you so much, Tyborg. I'm going to call myself Mark from now on. Absolutely. Big up. Anyway, thank you guys. Thanks for keeping up the good work the rest of the day. Big up, fan. I hope you're doing well. Have a great day, brother. Salaam alaikum, my friend. Have a good one. Saeed's the sort of guy that would backstab people. He done it to Mark, and he thought Mark gave him a platform. I mean, if someone gives you a platform, even if I dislike that guy, Shah, even if I dislike the guy, if that person gave me a platform, I wouldn't never bite the hand that feeds you. It's jealousy, guys. It's jealousy. It's that is what it is at the end of the day. It's all jealousy. You know what I mean? It's really childish, Shah, but I guess that's the price YouTubers have to pay. Mate, you know, I never would want to be deemed a backstabber, right? I have got a potty mouth, if you know what that means. That just basically I say things sometimes, you know what I mean, and I don't care, and I don't care if, you know, but I like to be truthful with people, right? And to be honest with you, I don't backstab people. I don't like doing that sort of thing, and that is what happened. I'm giving you guys exclusive, and I've got the tweets to prove it. I've got the DMs to prove it. Right, and I don't like to backstab people or to slander people, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. The fact of the matter is, the bottom line is that regardless of what you think of Mark Goldbridge, these guys got their platform because of him. I'm building a platform by myself and my fantastic community. I'm building a platform, but they got their platform because of him. Look, for example, Faz had about 5 followers on Twitter before he went to United Stand and made up that story about him getting robbed. So everyone felt sorry for him, and they gave him a job. And I know that, right? Okay? Then Faz blamed me for him getting sacked from United Stand. I don't understand it. I really don't. It's like I'm some sort of YouTube messiah that, you know what, at the end of the day, I don't do that sort of thing. You know what I mean? And that is what it is at the end of the day, guys. But it is what it is. But I've got a lot of stories, guys. Of course, absolutely. Big up, Irfan. Big up, big up. Just no credit to person that gave them a platform. Jealousy is the name of the industry. Not for me. I've always tried to unite people. I've always tried to give people chances. Unfortunately, some people take a mile. You give an inch and they take a mile, isn't it? And that's what it is, guys. And I've got a lot of stories. I'm going to bring in some stories into my private videos, which is membership videos, which is obviously Devil's Digest. I'll be bringing them, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't fight with anyone, no. I joke with you, fan. I fight with people who attack me. That's what happens. Yeah. I don't fight. I finish. I finish. And at the end of the day, that's what I did. You know what I mean? I called him out and he didn't want to know. Yeah, so I don't fight. I finished. Big up, Shah. Thank you so much, my friend. Absolutely. It's very hard to explain, fan. Very hard to explain. You know, there's a difference between having no ball knowledge and being a prat. You're not a prat, but you don't have ball knowledge. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Have a great evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. Thanks so much. I'm Shah Warner. This is Stretford Post, and this is Breaking Dawn. See you later, guys. Put your notifications on, and they will let you know when I go live, guys. Take it easy. Peace.